Welcome back to Let's Play Deadly Rooms of Death, and I've got through the level that was kind of boring to me. Thing is, I've done so many swarm rooms now, I'm bored of them. So actually, I'm really happy that this level is now here, because this level is really interesting. I don't really care for the gimmicks. I think it was one of the most overused gimmicks in the first draw. I mean, again, they didn't really have much, but this level still has some very interesting puzzles, so let's get right into it.
I hope there aren't any brains on this level.
I hope so either, too. And don't worry, there isn't. In any case, so the idea of this room is very simple. Get this Mimic to right here. We can't kill him in here because this area is reversed. So we have to get this Mimic through this entire thing over to this room. Seems simple enough. You're gonna regret those words if you think so. Yeah, this isn't simple at all. So what we gotta do is we gotta kind of go in a formation to where we get this guy right here into a corner. And we have to keep maneuvering this Mimic without wasting a move. And with him getting more and more to where we want to get him to. And in fact, I might have already screwed up because I cannot get him to the left. That is the danger of this level, is you cannot get too much into one direction, even if you seem like you want to. In fact, you always want to make sure you have methods around. Because what we want to do is get over here and push him this way. And do we want to use that newly found door? Yes, we do. And so we're just going to be maneuvering ourselves for the most part. Now, it may be tempting to go to the left, but trust me, that is the wrong direction. In fact, we want to go all the way, cornering from this one corner to the other to right here. This is useless. That is a distraction. That will make you fail the room. We want to do that same thing again, one corner to the other. From there on out, it is very straightforward, thankfully. And so that's that room. And now the secret room, which is my favorite room in this level, is right next to this room. This room, I have really no good method. I don't even remember how I did it. Basically, we have 3 Mimics. They're all facing different sword directions. And we have to kill all 3 of these waves in different ways. It sounds hard, but I assure you it is not. And if you just kind of do what I did, yeah, we just kind of killed them all. So you have to really maneuver your sword. Really, basically what I did was, if you really saw that, is I just made sure that these 2 were kind of blocked off by my guy, and I made sure to get the top right, because that one I can't really control as well. Hold mastered. I already mastered the hold. Whatever. Whatever. I don't know. This is another fun room that I really like. This one, you have to do 4 Mimic mazes all at the same time. So cool, right? Okay, that wasn't meant to be sarcastic. It really is pretty cool. You better like it. You better like it. Okay. In any case, what we want to do is get them all onto the arrows and just kind of get ready to hit that orb and get them all through. So when we hit this orb, it isn't really trivial where we go. This is, for the most part, it's easy to get into this room, basically. And so now the question comes, which order should you solve these in? Well, my friends, there really is no order that's good. There's no order that's horrible. You should just do it, because that is a good thing to do. We can even go ahead and get him up there. And we gotta be careful, though. Actually, I think I've already messed this up for the most part. Because the idea here is we're trying to get that guy. We need to get him to stay there because it's really too difficult. Okay, and then we gotta get that top one. I think normally when I do this, trying to get this top right one is usually the best one to go for. Because he's just a little weird where he's located. The bottom right one's probably going to be the last one you work with, to be quite honest. But, you know, you might have other ones you want to work with. It's really, though, you have to really think about where your guys are currently and how you can fix their positions. So for example, we can get this guy back up here, and we can kind of maneuver this guy over to here. And now that he's right there, we don't have to really worry about him anymore. In fact, I mean, again, there's really no good order to this. You just got to kind of work your way around. And I think, yeah, this is pretty much a common little maneuver. We can go ahead and do that. Get him up there. Now it doesn't matter where that top right mimic is. So now we can worry about the rest and not really care about him. And I guess there really isn't a better, really good method to do this. I mean, any way works. As long as it works for you, it is probably good. So now that we got the bottom, that one, we can go for the others. I always tend to do, I guess, I kind of lied. I tend to do the, I said I think I did the bottom right last. I think I do the top left last, usually. Just because he's a little weird to get around with everybody else there. So now we don't have to worry about any of the other mimics. I mean, they could already, from all I know, be in a bad spot. We just have to go for this top right one. Top left one. Top something one. I don't know which direction. So, clearing that off. We can go ahead and clear this off. There we go. And next, we can go ahead and go for this room. This room is pretty tricky for the fact that we have to set these two mimics up at the same time. And I probably could set them up at least in the general same area. So I can keep it all consistent. And basically what we're doing is we're maneuvering these guys to where we want to get them to. I guess we don't really have to worry about them at the same time, necessarily. But we gotta make sure we set this up to the point where these roaches cannot get down to where we can't get them. And that's generally the theme of this room. Is get these guys to the point where they cannot escape. So I think we can get back in there. And we can go ahead and break this open. There's no challenge against it. There is a challenge to this room, though, so don't think that you're out of a challenge, but now we got those two guys set up to where we want to get them. What we want to do is get these guys one at a time. Generally, I think getting the top right one to where you want to get them to is the first idea. It's just because the other one doesn't need as much leverage room to get around. He's also, this one is awkward to kill stuff with. And I think that's why we want to actually get over on this side. Here we go. Maybe. I think, though... There we go. You just gotta really figure out how your sword works. I mean, this one's a little easier, because just those guys go over in that corner, but that's why I said you had to do that other one first. Because that is a little tricky to get around. And I guess this... Now we got the problem, how do we get this guy over there? Or how do we keep him from getting anywhere we don't want him to get to? No, I really don't know. In any case, once we get through that, we can go up here. And we can go ahead and get one in here. Now the challenge is kill all the roaches without stepping north of the scroll. So basically we can never go north of that scroll for this next challenge. Which sounds difficult, but it's not that bad. I don't think. Right? About to find out. This actually is a little tricky. I'm not making it sound tricky, but it is. Because it's nice when you have that room because you can literally just stand right here and they can't ever get down there. So now that we can't do that, they have the possibility of getting to us. And so now what do we do? That's the question. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do... Oh, I didn't even realize you get trapped in there when you hit this. Oh, I need to be a little higher. Okay, how do I... It'd be helpful if I could get a little higher. Okay, it didn't say north of that scroll. Okay, there we go. If I could just get to that one... I guess the idea here is we just gotta hit these guys in a certain way where... I guess I don't... It's that one roach. I mean, is there a way I can get to that roach? There may be a way I could just... Can I actually utilize a different one? Wait, how do I open this up? Only those guys come. Okay, so I have to stay in this room. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, there we go. It's another classic case of... This really is tricky. I don't know... I don't remember exactly what I did, but I don't remember it being this tricky. The problem that I'm having right now is that... Okay, I believe these guys do got to be separated more than they are right now. I remember that, because they were separated when I last did this. But I don't remember exactly what I did. Now that I think about it, do we need to really worry about... So if I can keep one mimic right there, it might not actually be that bad. Like, what happens if I did this? Again, it's another... If I could just go a little higher. Okay, we need to position you a little differently. Maybe that's it? Maybe. Well, Again, if I could just move diagonally, this wouldn't be as bad. There we go. Alright. Alright, so we killed them all, so I think at this point we can go above the scroll. I don't think there's any rule against it. Okay, that was pretty cool. Okay. And then of course once we get through that, we can go ahead and redo this. And we can just get them to kind of get one guy in there, and then we gotta get the other Mimic to go ahead and kill this Wraithwing. Keep your head down. Challenge completed. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting challenge. It's an interesting room. I like the fact that, I don't know, it's just 2 Mimics at once. It's pretty sweet. In any case, where am I? Let's see. I don't know what's next. I think it's something pretty big. I think it's actually the room that a lot of people freak out when they first see it. Is it that room? Is it? It is! Next time, we'll do the room where we use 8 Mimics at once. Yep. See you then, everybody.